All right, this is Jared Passy with lots of pips. Welcome to Styles and Strategies section of our basic Forex fundamentals program. The basics of trading styles and strategies in the Forex market. Let's check out and see what we're going to be looking at. First of all, trading styles is all about what type of trader you are. So that's exactly what that says here. A style is a way to trade. Okay. Now there are different ways to trade. And it just depends on your temperament. Everybody's a little different. And so one of the styles is to be a trader. Now, a trader generally will look at a chart and see that the market's got clues that it's going to continue going in the same direction for a while, and they want to get on the train with everybody else in that direction. So they want to get enough clues to say the market's going to continue in that direction, and then they're going to get in and ride the rest of that train ride. Okay. Now a fader is different in that they're looking for turning points in the market. Where's the market going to change directions? So if the market's been going up and you've got some pretty strong barriers and other clues that tell you it's going to go down, then you're looking to get in where you believe it's going to change directions. And so you're a fader if that's the type of trading you do. You also have the time frame of trades. It can determine what style of trader you are, when you trade, in the mornings, in the night times, whatever. You also have long or short, which means some people, develop their style based on only trading when the chart's going up, or only trading when it's dropping. It seems to drop faster than it climbs. It's kind of an idea, right? And then there's also technical and fundamental. The technical traders basically is looking at the charts, reading Fibonacci's, chart patterns, candles, all those tools to say when the market's going to go up and down. And they're not really paying too much attention to why the charts are moving up and down. Okay, the why is the fundamentals. Okay, what's moving the market? Is it news? Is it jobs reports? Is it political unrest in some country? Is it economic stress or successes for things that move in the market? And that would be a fundamental trader. And so those are the different trading styles that you could find yourself falling into, one or the other, or kind of a combination of a few different things. Now, if we look at strategies, you put strategies into your trading style. So once you have a trading style, or then you're going to look for strategies that fit your trading style, because you don't want to be trading red this way and blue that way and just kind of be all over the board. It's better if you stick with certain styles. So what's the strategy? Well, strategy is your criteria to trade. What gives you the clues to enter a trade? Okay, its strategies include entry and exit parameters, your expected profits, where you expect the trade to go, how long you expect that trade to last. Okay, how long you expect to be in it. Some strategy might be that I'm going to be in this trade for probably about 20 minutes. And some of them might say I might be in this trade for 20 days. It just depends on what level you're trading at, time frame wise, and how far you think how long you think it's going to take to reach your projections there. There's also trading laws. Now, trading laws are what we use to help us stay disciplined in our trading, which is really important. If you don't have any trading laws, you might as well just donate your money to charity, because that's going to have more effect. Your money's going to have more effect. You need to be disciplined around your trading laws. You need to have set up a routine that you do for your analysis each day. Okay, each day I check the fundamental news to see if there's anything big happening that might affect the currency pairs. Each day or each time I trade, I'll make sure I know where my psychological barriers are, where my fundamental, announcements are coming in. There might be a news announcement that's going to happen during your trade. You want to know so that nothing surprises you. You want to set up, what is your routine? What kind of analysis do you do on a regular basis before you prepare to trade, or as you're preparing to trade? And then you also have your entry and your exit rules. What do you want to see that gives you enough clues to get into a trade? And similarly, on your exit, what do you want to see that will convince you to get out of a trade? Okay, so those entry rules might be, A, B, C, and D. I need to see, the market do this, and then hit this price range before I'll get into this specific strategy. And so that's how you put together a strategy. So here's an example of some trading laws. What pairs to trade? Some people say I never trade the yen because I've never done any good at it and I just don't understand it. So that's one of my rules is I'm not going to trade the yen no matter how good it looks. I've seen that one specifically on one of my students' trading rules. When to trade, right? I don't trade on Fridays because the market closes and I just don't want to sit over the weekend and I don't know what's going to happen when it opens. So I always close my trades by Friday, or I only trade in the mornings because that's when the Euro market and the US market are open at the same time. There's more volatility, and I work in the afternoons, whatever. How much I'm risking, right? I only ever risk 1% of my account on a trade, or 1.5%, or something like that. That would be a law that you'd set and say, I'm not going to break this law. I'm going to stay disciplined so that I can stay in the game, and so I can succeed. When to close trades, right? You'd have a law that says I have to close a trade when it reaches this amount, or I have to follow my stop loss, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can have a whole sheet with the trading laws that helps define how you trade, and that's basically how strategies are. Okay, so let's give an example of a strategy. Our head and shoulders trade. Now we talked about this one earlier, but a head and shoulders strategy with the trading rules is going to consist of the market's climbing, blah, blah, blah. We get a retracement, it's climbing, nothing new here. Well, when this move happens, that's something new because we were going up and all of a sudden we had a real strong move going down that went down almost as low or lower, like this example shows, than the move over here. So we were going up, higher highs, low, higher highs, low, 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 way down here. So that's our clue that the market's going to, potentially be dropping. Okay, so a head and shoulders strategy would consist of seeing this strategy, seeing this mark a new low here that's as low or almost as low or lower than this side, and then we're expecting it. You can expect it to come up with some level of probability and mark a retracement here and then continue down, which is obviously what it did. And so there's a couple different ways to trade that. But one way would be to, once it comes up, once it starts heading down again with some strength, then you get in if you're a trader and you ride that thing going down. If you're a fader and you're looking for the bouncing, you're looking for the turning point. So you'd be looking more along the lines of, well, here's the top over here, so it might come up here, maybe a little short of that. So I'm going to get in somewhere in this range during this retracement and capture more of the downward move. I can have a smaller stop loss and a greater profit potential as a fader, but it's a little bit more tricky to figure out where the market's going to change direction. But once you understand the clues, you can do it. And that's why, me personally, I'm a fader. I figure out where the market's going to change directions, and I trade accordingly. So that is an example of a head and shoulders trade. Okay, so that is that section of the trades. You should now have a pretty good base level understanding of what currency pairs, how they work, the base and quoted stuff, and on all that. You should have a good understanding of how to enter and exit trades, or at least a base level understanding. Don't think you're dangerous enough to go out and throw a lot of money at this yet, but this is kind of an intro thing. Also, how to read the charts, okay, and some of the trading styles and strategies. There's many other strategies people can create. There's thousands and thousands of strategies that people say are put together for how to trade the markets. So this is a wrap up of how this section, how you did on this section here. So, all right, so moving on. Now I think you're ready to learn how it all fits together. And the next section of this training is the overview section, kind of the big picture on how it fits and what to expect on some of these pieces when they come together as a puzzle. And so good job, and keep with the system, keep with the training, and we will see you out there. Have a good one.